Hey everybody, so in this video we're going to be talking about, multiplying and dividing fractions. This is the last section of this workbook other than the practice for tomorrow's test. So this will be the last homework, hopefully. Here we go. Um, Says Raven built a new planter. The first part is I actually did the whole problem all at once. I did the volume right away, but they just want to know the area of the base. And so the area of the base in this case is actually labeled as the top, but that's the same as the bottom. So I'm going to do 2.5 times 2 1/4, which is the same as first step should be turn them into fractions. 8 9/4. And then it's just a simple multiply problem. 5 times 9 is 45, and 2 times 4 is 8. You could just write it like that. If your teacher says, hey, you got to simplify that, that's 5 and 5/8. But right here, I'm just going to type it in as 45/8. Next problem. Now we got to find the volume. And so I'm going to take that 45/8 from right there. Or I can go back to the original. Let me change to a brighter color. I've got 5 halves times 9/4, and then I'm going to multiply by that 2/3. There's a 2 on top and a 2 on the bottom. I can divide by 2/2. There's a 9 and a 3. I can divide by 3/3. That becomes 3 and 1. I end up getting 15/4. Which again would be 4 goes into 15 3 times with 3/4 left over. Oops, not that one, this one. 15/4. Next. Done. Okay. And then finally, if each bag holds 3/4, this is a real nice one. It's just 15. Oops, where'd it go? 15/4 divided by 3/4. Since they have common denominator, it's just 15 divided by 3, which is 5. You could need to buy 5 bags. 5 bags. Submit. So go on to the next one. An old-fashioned, you're like Sven and Olaf. But it's in the 1940s. People would deliver ice, mainly from like the river where it would freeze up. 6.5 by 6, or sorry, 7.5 by 6 by 6. What's the volume? That would be 15 halves is the 7.5 times 6/1 times 6/1. Well, 2 on the bottom would cancel with one of those 6's and make it a 3 and a 1. I divide by 2/2. Now, 45 times 6, not so nice, but if you did 6 times 15 is 90, times 3 is 270, and this feet by feet by feet would be feet to the third power. Cubic feet, 270. Okay, next. Now each, again, like Sven and Kristoff at the beginning of Frozen, if you haven't seen it, they're cutting ice from the river and they're taking it into town. So there's a couple ways you could break the 7.5. Would be 5 of these blocks. 6 would be times 4, and then 6 would be times 4. So you could do that. Or if it's 1.5, that's 3 halves times 3 halves times 3 halves would be the cube, and I get 27/8. And then from back on that wagon, I figured out that it was, oh, there's no picture in the workbook. It was 270/1, 270/1 divided by 27/8. The 270 and 27 work really well together, but 1 and 8, not so good. So I go 270/1 times, take a look at the right-hand side, flip it over, then you multiply. I can divide by 27/20. This is 10, that's 1. I get that there's 80 blocks, but if I did 5 times 4 is 20 times 4 is also 80. So either way, I get that there are 80 blocks. Submit and explain. I got to type in C work. Okay, submit. And we go on to the next one. So there's two ways to do this problem, just like the ice problem. I can break each one of these up into half-meter chunks. So 4.5 is the same as 9 of those 1/2 meter blocks. 2 would be 4 of those blocks, and 5 would be 10. And so I could do 9 times 4 times 10. And that'll give me the answer. Or I can do, it would be 9/2 times 2/1 times 5/1 equals, the 2's cancel. I end up with 45/1 meters cubed. And then 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2 would be, 1/2 cubed equals 1/8. So I've got 45/1 divided by 1/8 is the same as 45/1 times 8/1. Up here is 360. I am pretty sure 45 times 8 is going to be 360. Submit. And here we go. And then it's just a basic review. Every single one of these, yep, none of them work out nice. So you're going to have to do 8/1 times 9/2. The 2 and the 8 simplify to be 4/1. And I get 36. If you got 72/2, that's fine too. Those are exactly the same. 36. 5/6 divided by 15 is the same as 5/6 times 1/15. 5/5, divide that. I get 1/18, or any equivalent of that. 1/18. See, if I didn't simplify, I would have gotten 5/90. Let's do 4/7 times 12/8. The 4 and the 8 will simplify. I get 12. Oh, the 2 and the 12 should have simplified as well. Equals 6/7. There's lots of different ways. Or it would have been 48/56. Okay, and then 23/2 times 5/14. Ew, nothing simplifies there. 23's prime, 14's 7 times 2. I get a big old number over 28. 115 over 28? I'm not going to bother simplifying that. That is just plain old ugly. And then let's see how I did. Yay, I got them all right. If you have any questions, ask your teacher in class tomorrow. If not, I'll see you in the next video.